All right, welcome to the Mick and Mac Show. We thought we were finished at the end of the season, and something happened, and now we're doing the district recap, or the district preview before the tournament happens.
Right.
And we got some special things to talk about, special players, special coaches, and we're going to have some conversations with them for the next about an hour or so.
60 minutes.
60 minutes? Is that an hour? Is that what we figured out in our math time? So, we've been doing this for the season. We did the home games, had a blast doing it. What did you get from it in your experience so far?
Love watching both teams succeed this year. Both of them excelled on the floor. We both know they excelled off the floor as well, and looking forward to watching them go into postseason play and succeed there as well.
I'm excited about it too, and I had a blast this season watching the basketball. And of course, we're basketball guys anyways, and we love it anyways. And it's like we said, we'd be sitting up in the bleachers talking about it just like we would on TV.
Yep.
The only difference this time is we're facing the camera, and this is the first time for us. So unfortunately for everybody watching, they got to look at us.
That's right.
So, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce somebody with us today. We have Coach Chad Hibden, who is the basketball coach for the Lady Wildcats. You all know him. You all love him. And want to introduce you and welcome to the Mick and Mac Show. Thanks for being with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. First of all, thank you guys for adding extra to our basketball programs. I've heard a lot of good things. I've only got to listen to a little bit of, down in the office when the game was on, maybe boys' game and stuff like that. And we just appreciate you guys pouring into our programs, pouring into these kids, and putting a better product out there. And for all the hard work that they do, to get recognized and do things like you guys are doing, it's very nice, and we're appreciative of that. But been here 3 years, and it's been a quick 3 years. 3 seasons, I guess. Basketball coaches, we count years and seasons.
That's right. That's right.
So we're going into tournament. The third year here, and a lot of success because of the players. Coach, he knows these girls. They love basketball. They put in the work. They put in the time, and so. We're just been very blessed to be around a good group of girls and good group of families. My family, my wife Leah, Eli, my son, and my daughter, just enjoy it. They enjoy it, and that's a big thing for me, is to have my family enjoy our family, the basketball family, and them connect and things like that. And it hasn't always been that way in different scenarios. Sometimes, nothing bad, but just, there's a connection, and then there's sometimes just disconnect or no connection. And the community here has been really outstanding for us to be here and come in as quote-unquote outsiders, and, not being from around the area. Not too far up the road in Middle Tennessee.
Right.
Me from Murfreesboro, my wife from Nashville. So we're Middle Tennessee people, and we love this, community, and only have been here for a few years. And we love it so much, we've started building a house.
Good. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. I drove by it today during driver's ed, and I could see the roof was on. So I didn't pull off and go look, but I did kind of peek from the side. And
I hope it holds snow.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Right. It's just been a journey. I coached in Murfreesboro for a long time, coached a little college basketball. But what I missed was community. I really did. I just missed the community, and we were looking for a community for our kids to grow up in, and for me to finish out my coaching career in. And this has been the perfect place for us. There are no perfect places, but this is the perfect place for us. We have our highs and lows, but to go through it with our team, these young ladies, the young ladies that have graduated over the last couple of years, and their families, that's what's been special so far. So we're excited about the good basketball that we've played and the good basketball that we have to come, but most importantly about just the community and the program as a whole, and just what it means to come to work every day and be there for them.
Yeah, Cody and I both, we went to school here, we played basketball here, we coached here, and you're right about the community. And one thing I've noticed is that basketball has become important in this community. It is something that's exciting, and there's a level of basketball that's been it's been good for the past decade. We're building and building and building, and we're competing across the state, and that's great, especially and even in the other athletics too. But basketball, I'm excited to see basketball be popular again.
Yeah, it's on the map, and girls basketball particularly is on the map, and girls basketball in Tennessee is tough basketball. And so Middle Tennessee, people know when Tullahoma is there, and they're going to compete. You may not win every game, but you're going to compete. And it wasn't like we grew up in a time when it wasn't like
rough.
that. So it's there, and it's good to see, especially being from here.
Right.
And someone like me having 4 girls, it's particularly,
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We one thing we talk about on a regular basis is the tenacity of the defense that we see from your teams. From the start to the finish, there's hands on the ball constantly, and we really talk about that a lot, and we're excited about that. So tell us a little bit about your philosophy in that world.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of got labeled a defensive coach. I hope that doesn't mean I don't know how to coach offense, but just over the years we've done different things, but it's always come back to the foundation of us being able to guard the basketball. And today with our girls, we were talking about if you're going to win in district tournament, you're going to have to guard the basketball. Right. In the last couple of games, we've not been bad, but we haven't been us. We talk about that all the time, and so we've done some things over the last couple of days to get back that. But it's just a schematic thing of how you know who you are and who the girl you're guarding, and how you adjust slightly to where you position yourself in relationship to them and the ball, and then how we play in a gap, and we're gapping. But kind of before gap got a huge name, I called it split stance, and all of a sudden after doing that for a few years, I had a guy come up and go, "Man, you're really good at running that pack line gap defense." I was like, I don't really know exactly what you're saying, but I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
So I went and looked it up, and it was just starting to get, and I'm like, okay, well, we had to figure out how to beat the really good teams.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do it with deny defense.
No.
So we did it with split line. So we were splitting the ball in our girl, and that's where we called it, kind of the split line there, and split stance, and we would get in that. And then when we adjust. And so the emphasis is who are you and who are they. And you have to have players like this crew that you're going to talk to, and our crews of the last couple of years, like they really bought in to paying attention to those details. And when we play that way, when we have our attention to detail on defense, it is fun. Like you said, it's tenacious.
It's fun to watch.
We get a lot of on the ball stuff, and we get some off the ball things, and then we try to throw in some wrinkles here and there with some traps and run and jump and stuff like that. But it all comes down to that first philosophy of who are you, who are they, and then when you're off the ball, like we're playing in that gap, and then we're sometimes a little aggressive, sometimes we just stay in there.
Yeah. So going into that, you have Lawrence County, 4:00 on Friday. Ended up beating Giles last night, 52-49. So Giles had a 10-point lead at one point at Lawrence, which is impressive. Watching Lawrence throughout the year, they're not the best at handling the ball. So what do you foresee going into that game, like game planning for them defensively, as Mick hit on?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, and we talked about, we watched some film today, and we showed them, I think we had like 6 possessions, and I think we won 4 out of those 6 with pressure. And what we talked about was where did they beat us in that? And so we just talked about the adjustments there, and a lot of it was they will get pressured, and it's more like maybe we stayed in it a little too long and allowed them to get comfortable. So we want to do more spurt, picking up and pressure in the full court. When we pressured them in the half court, it really disrupted them, and we stayed in our lanes, we stayed in our gaps, and we were able to disrupt that. But when we picked up pressure full, we saw that 2 or 3 possessions and then maybe get out. So that's kind of adjustment we may want to make from that standpoint. But man, I want to say something about Giles real quick. Like they were a scary team for us. They're a scary team for them. And Lawrence did a really good job of weathering that storm, and that's who they are. They're a team that they're well coached. They're always going to give themselves a fighter's chance because they're going to fight, and that's what we have to understand. That they're a competitive group, and so for us, it's going to be mixing things up a little bit to get them out of rhythm, not allow them to get comfortable. And so that'll be our biggest defensive key, was just to kind of keep them out of rhythm with kind of mixing some things in there. We've worked on a little zone here and there, and just possessions. We'll be foundational with our man-to-man, and then try to mix things up on some timeouts and free throws and just different things like that.
I was watching that game, and I was trying to decide from a coaching perspective, all right, who would I rather play? And I was like, Giles is scary, but Lawrence County with Wendy and her I was like, I don't know. I was like,
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
One of my coaches, I won't name who it was, but asked me. I said, I don't answer that question.
No, because if you do, then you get me.
You'll get what you ask for.
You get what you ask for.
And so you split with them during the year, and it was a tough split because here at home, you beat them, 6, 7 points. It was never really in doubt after the second quarter. And then watching the game there, if there was no score being kept, you would have thought it was a 15-point Tullahoma win because you out-rebounded them, you outshot them, and then there at the end they just heave up a three, and then it goes to OT, and momentum's on their side. But it still seemed like you outplayed them. What do you think you have to do to get back on the winning track against them? Just from an offensive standpoint, because they seem to hit buckets, and you played good defense. It just seemed that things were not going your way from an offensive standpoint. So what do you need to do offensively?
Yeah, in that game, I think they really took advantage when we did have some defensive miscues.
Right.
It was almost like they scored every single time we had a little small breakdown.
Right.
And then on the offensive end, we just didn't shoot it as well. And it was the first time that we had really been zoned for the whole game.
Yeah.
We had teams that would mix it in or a little bit. And so that was new for us. And since then, we've kind of worked on that. Franklin County kind of did that a little bit. Giles did that. And I think it's just going to be our consistency from the offensive standpoint. Start strong and stay consistent. The ebbs and flows of the game, the runs are going to happen, and we don't need to get emotional. We talk about all the time, play with emotion, don't be emotional. So, if we make those first 2 or 3 shots, that's great. We don't need to be up here on the mountaintop. We need to just stay right here. If we miss them, it's fine. Go rebound like we did last time. Yep. And that's what I tell our team. If you'll rebound on both ends, like you don't even have to worry about your offensive flow. It'll take care of itself. And that's kind of why it felt that way in that game, because we did everything. Yep. And we've seen on film where this is shots that we passed up. Here's some shots that we could have taken, and just seeing it, I think is really big for them. Get the visual of that and go, okay, yeah, I can make that shot. I see why I missed it, or I see why I didn't attack here, and just give them that comfort. They know we're going to turn them loose. We're going to let them play. We told them if they back off and they dare us to shoot it, we're going to shoot it and go rebound.
Yeah,
and we're going to play to win. That's for sure.
I remember watching that game and then watching the boys' game, and then Wendy did her half, and she's like, it was one of the few games we didn't turn the ball over, and you guys pressured, and you guys get a lot of points off of that pressure. It just happened like that. So I do think that they can be scored on through that pressure, and it was a weird game. It was a weird game to watch.
We'll have to find that balance. We'll have to find that balance of where we are keeping them out of their rhythm and offensive flow and getting some easy ones for us, but getting out of it enough for them, not to feel comfortable against it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We talk about that up in the bleachers up top, and we've said that many times that those few losses that you had, well, only 2 I think in the district, it was a outbalanced rebounding issue. And so I think you're right. Those rebounds on both ends do determine that game, and in y'all's games where you got tight competition and they're all athletic, those rebounds are going to make a difference. So I think you're spot on with that. We're about to a commercial break. So I think that when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more to Coach Hibden, talk to some players, and we're going to get everybody's insight on the upcoming district tournament, which is starting for them on Friday, right? Friday at 4 p.m. at Central Magnet.
Yep.
I had such a trial. Called it Magnet, called it Central. Never could put it together. But we'll be back in just a minute after this short break.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Phil Gill, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
We have to guess. All right, we're back. that was it. I told you we had to guess. But we got a special treat for this part of the conversation. We have some Tullahoma Lady Wildcats with us. We've got Lizzie, we got Kai, we got Izzy, we got Aubrey, and we got McLean. So welcome, ladies. Glad you could join to the Mick and Mac Show. Some of you have been on it before, but never we're in front of the camera. Right. This is different for us too. So I know we're scaring some people.
I think Lizzie wanted to talk first.
Lizzie
right?
did want to talk first. She did. I think she did.
She did.
So let's talk about this a little bit. You guys are playing Lawrence County this Friday at 4:00. What is it going to take to put them down? And we'll start with you, Lizzie. Let's say, what do you think it's going to take to put them down?
I guess just being disciplined and having good defense.
That's a great answer.
Great answer. I don't know. Anybody else want to add to that? What's it going to take? Kai, what do you think?
Just our basic standards.
What are those? Name them in order.
In alphabetical order.
Yeah. I would have said, like, if you more points than them.
I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
One outscore.
All right. What do you need to do different than you did last time you guys played them? That went there at their place.
Stop them from shooting, get in the paint.
Paint points. Okay.
What about you, Izzy?
Izzy,
Yeah,
Izzy has oh,
Kai didn't want to
oh.
give up the microphone.
Come on. You have something to add.
Score in the zone better and make more shots than them. And
A little bit closer to your mouth.
What else?
You guys had a lot of
Box
opportunities.
out, rebound.
You did that well when you were there.
Follow the scout. Coach Hibden gives us before
Follow the scout.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Scout.
We don't always follow that the best
Why not?
because we aren't disciplined.
Okay.
All the time.
So now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're moving a little
this is
bit.
more fun.
Aubrey, what do you have
Yeah.
to say? You got a different perspective because you have just come off of knee surgery. So you're kind of like a motivator and a coach now. So what does that look like for you? What are you going to have to do?
Well, coming into a different role, it's not what I expected for the season, but just seeing what they do off the court and on the court, and it's showing in the game. So going into the preparation, how they prepare is how they're going to play, and to be able to tell them that you prepare well, you're going to play well. I tell McLean every day, did you shoot today? I'll text her, did you shoot today?
You know she did.
Yeah.
And she did. And she'll go out there and she'll hit 3 threes in 30 seconds, and it shows. So how they start the day, how we come together, it's just going to show in the game, and just as we play together on the bench, on the court, all the girls together, it's just going to show on the
So you'd rather be playing for sure. All of us would rather be playing, even us, even though we're too old and too fat to play now. But not you, just me.
Me too.
But so you're in a different role. What do you, I mean, how do you switch over to that? I mean, how do you feel about that? You sound like you got a coaching heart. So is that something that came easy to you or what?
It did not come easy. Like playing forever. I mean, I've been playing for a long time. Like junior season, I wanted to play. I wanted to play really bad, be able to lead my team on the court. Now I know I just get to lead it off the court. It's just a different leadership role, and it's still the team, the coaches, they've done a great job of including me, letting me have my input in the situations, all the girls and all the coaches. And so I definitely want to be out there playing, but I am thankful for all my teammates just letting me feel like I'm out there even though I'm still on the sidelines.
Good deal. I love that. I love that.
All right. So when we were at break getting set up, you asked Coach Amy to get your papers, your scout report, which leads to the question, who do you need to stop against Lawrence County? What are the players that you guys are focused on?
Well, last night when Giles County played, I think her number's 3, Sophie Cole.
Mm-hmm.
But when we played them 14, what's her name?
Cabry.
Okay, well, yeah, she was. So I guess there's a
She was
few
lights
people.
out from
And
the
then
three-point line.
the
Yes.
other player did good also, number 5 last night and against us. So we have a few people to stop.
So it's not unusual for you to pay attention who you're going up against and prepare yourself mentally for that next opponent. That's what we're saying here, right? That's pretty good.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Well, on senior night, we had you two on, and the common theme that you told us was you guys need to play together going forward. Is that still – and it looked like it the last game of the season watching, and then is that still something that we're working on, or do you think that's fixed?
You ready? You ready to go?
Yeah, I think we're all ready.
Good.
We're all ready.
Well, that's
Friday.
good. Yeah. And I mean that it was a heartbreaker. Franklin County. That's even though it's a district, it's a rivalry.
Yeah.
And you both were visibly frustrated. And so that is something that you knew you needed to work on in order to get where you wanted to get to in the postseason. So that's just something I wanted to bring up and see if that's still something that needed to be worked on, or
We're working on it right now, but I think we're ready.
well, that's good. It's always good.
We talked about with Coach Hibb and Coach Mack and I talked about this up in the bleachers that we love the tenacity on defense. We love how y'all get after it, and you seem to touch the ball on defense every possession. So, what is going forward? Is that like your philosophy? That's what you got to do. You start with that, and then everything else falls into place. What does that look like for you all? McLean, you've been pretty quiet. What do you say?
Well, TT screams at us all the time. If you can't touch her, you can't guard her. So that's kind of what we follow.
Okay.
If you can't touch the ball, I guess you can't guard it. So
We've also been working on defense the past few days to get better at that. And like Coach Hibden was talking about, like the gap and be better in the gap and squeeze.
I think we both think that's your guys' calling card. The defensive end of the floor, whether you're pressing, half-court defense, that's what you all do. If you're scoring a lot of points and winning, that's great. But if it's in the 30s and low 40s, we feel like that's when you're winning. And that's not always what everyone likes to see or everyone likes to play. But because sometimes it's ugly. But that's because you're on the defensive side, you're making it that way. And you all have a lot to do with it on the defensive side. And it's not necessarily your offense that is the reason behind that. It's the defense that is making it that way.
You know, we talk about that. You always want to see threes and dunks and all that other stuff. But we get excited when we see y'all play. I mean, we really do. We get excited when we see y'all play defense. To me, it's magic. When y'all do that, you know, you got a freshman over here who I promise you she touches the ball every time. Like, it's all the time. Kai gets it. All of you are really excited and motivated. You can see that that's something that is important to you. And I think that, I mean, to me, that's just as exciting.
Yes.
And like Coach Mack said, y'all have that. Y'all have that, and that's what's going to propel you through the next level and go into the region and go on to the sectionals and hopefully in Murphy Center and Murfreesboro. That's where we would like to. Hopefully, we can get a nod up there.
Yeah. If you guys invite us.
Yeah.
yeah, you can come, I guess.
Okay. You guess. But that was always something, and we've talked about it. Your defense travels. So like you got to go to Central, and then from there region, and then state. Like your defense travels. Sometimes that shooting doesn't always travel, but that defense can always go, and lead the layups, lead the quick threes and transition points. So that's what we like to see, and we feel like that's what you guys can always do, and it's kind of just the way that you guys are built on that. Not to say that you can't score. And
you certainly can.
Yeah, you definitely can in bunches, but I feel like that the out of district schedule really propelled you to handle the district schedule. Like the out of district was crazy tough.
Yeah, it was very tough.
And no one in the district really matches up to anything that you played out of district.
Right. Yeah. I used to tell Emily. Y'all remember Emily?
Who?
Yeah. I used to tell Emily all the time. I said, you can always defense. You always play defense, and you can always rebound. Mm-hmm. They always do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Sometimes your shot's not there. Sometimes you miss layups, or you can't hit that jumper. But you can always play defense. You can always rebound all the time. And so I think that's important to remember.
Lizzie, you have anything to add?
Nothing. Nothing. Well, you certainly have been exciting to watch, all of you, and we're super excited to see what you do in this postseason. We're expecting good things, big things. We're expecting to go to Murphy Center and watch you guys. I hope so. I see a lot of positive. I see a lot of that teamwork and that tenacity that's going to get you to the next level. Mm-hmm. What say you, Coach Mac?
Absolutely. And we also want to mention McLean, MVP of the district.
MVP, yes.
Izzy, all district. Lizzie, all district.
Congratulations.
Yep. So all three of you for that, and we wanted to mention that and kind of just went by before we could, but yeah, I agree that we really look forward to the postseason play and you guys carrying that, and very proud of what you guys have
We came up in
year.
a time that the girls' basketball wasn't that great. We didn't get to see this, and so we're excited to see this on and on every year in, year out. It seems like y'all are getting better and better and better, mm-hmm. and so that's exciting for us. Anything else y'all want to say before we go on to our next commercial break?
Nope.
Well, we're pulling for you. We're excited for you. Good luck, and we wish you the best. Thanks for coming. We're going to a commercial break.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma Lanes. Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic and interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and card swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a backspot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
All right, we're back with the Mick and Mac Show live on YouTube and Channel 23 on your TV dial.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Left to right.
Left to right, I think is what it is on the TV dial. We've moved. We transitioned into the part of the show that we have the boys coach and some players here to talk about the district tournament.
Which is right, because secondary break.
Break. We have the secondary break. That was I think it was a fan favorite of our 5 fans on the Mick and Mac Show. But we had the secondary break with Coach Welch, and now we have him and we have Zay and Kanai, both basketball players, and they're going to be here to talk to us about the upcoming district tournament.
Right.
So, Coach Welch, everybody's heard from you, but tell us a little bit about your background, what we got going on here.
Everybody said, the secondary break, their favorite part of it was when I quit talking and left every time. That was the end was the favorite part. But now, district tournament, we play Friday. We're the number 1 seed going in. We'll play the winner of Lawrenceburg or Franklin County and find out tonight on that. So we're kind of – we can watch that on, TV tonight, and X Sports will have it on. But we're having good days of practice. Had a great day yesterday. Had a good day today again, and just excited to play. We didn't finish the regular season the way we wanted to. Came up 1 point short at Giles. We almost set a record there. I was watching last night college basketball. Somebody, I think it was Kansas State, that actually went through a full game and not made a free throw.
Oh, wow.
And now we went 100% from the free throw line on Thursday at Giles County. Thank goodness for Zay. He went 1 for 1. That's all. We shot 1 free throw in 32 minutes, and I was like, wow, we got to be more physical. And it was one of those nights. But 24-4, a great regular season.
Great regular season.
Super proud of these guys, and we're just so ready for the postseason. It's one of those that, the season gets long in through there, and it's like, and there is some grind to it. And we talk about grinding, you just got to keep working every day. And but this is the most exciting time of the year, so we're fired up about it.
At what point in time, at the beginning, was it the beginning of the season when you thought this is it? We could win this thing. We could win this district. When did you know that this was the team that could win the district, win the region, potentially go to Murphy Center?
Right. I would say last summer. You kind of know. I mean, we played well. Yeah. Well, when I woke up,
if I'm coaching them, if I'm coaching them.
No. If I don't get in their way, they'll be really good. But no, we had a great summer. We played. I guess we played Hazel Green over here at West. It was a great game. Beat those guys.
Good gym.
Good gym. Well taken care of. And we played really well this summer. Went to Memphis and played. Really well, won 3 out of 4 out there, and lost one really close to a team that had a guy that was the MVP from the D2 championship the year before, and we had them. It was one of those that comes down to that you get 1 free throw instead of 2, and they managed to make a shot, and we didn't there late, but we if we played in a real game, they'd be in trouble. But not at that point. I thought we could be really good, and then you just wonder about how it translates with referees and rotations and things like that, and injuries. And we've had more games missed this year than I think I ever in any season. Yeah. And each time, we've responded well to it, and we've got everybody back except for Keegan Taylor. I wish he was back, but he's walking and running straight and going to be able to play college golf, and he's doing well, and we're so proud of him. But I hate every day. I'm just like, man, I wish we had you out here, Yeah. But it's we got Jaden Thompson back, last week on Thursday. Got Lucas Price back right before that, and so it's just now we're trying to integrate everybody. Yeah. So rotations change as you get late in the year, and so we got to figure out what are we going to do, how are we going to play, and who subs, how it goes, and and a lot of it depends on fouls. It's like you don't sub that much sometimes when you get to tournaments, and we'll roll with what we got a lot of times.
Right. That was going to be my question was, are you going to have everybody other than Keegan?
Yes.
Ready to roll come Friday?
Yeah. Everybody's healthy. Jaden Thompson, he was it was a fifth metatarsal.
Right.
You know, and if that was just hard to get to heal sometimes. So we're trying to slow him down some, not let him go all the time, trying to make sure that he stays healthy, because it's one of those that we don't want him to hurt it again here quickly, because he's made a quick heal, you know. So we're trying to, you know, piece him together. He's impatient, you know, like we all
I bet.
and he's chomping at the bit, ready to go. But he's going to be good, and you know, so we got everybody healthy, and we just got to, you know, turn loose and go play.
So what are you telling your players right now? What's the conversation like in the locker room, on the court? We heard a little bit of it during practice, but what are you telling them?
Hope you didn't hear too much of it. You know, today it's you know, it's like this is the most exciting time of the year, and you got to focus. And again, you know, don't let these days pass by. You know, we're focusing on defense right now, getting better at it, and we've gotten better at defense the last 2 days. And you know, and that's one of those things. It's like you know, you're not sure your offense gets on the bus sometimes to go, but your defense can always travel. And our defense has been really good all year. But like I was telling them, I said, you know, there's still 20 plays a game that we're in the wrong place. You know, what if we get there, you know, only 10 times mess up? People, it's going to struggle to score on us, because these two guys are really good defenders, and you know, all the guys, good instincts. You know, we're just, you know, sometimes you do the basics, and I've got, you know, Coach Cam on one end right here, and I got Coach AJ on the other, going through the shell drill. Coach Nick on the other end too with them, and we work on placement and everybody rotating the right ways, and you do it every day, because it's one of those things. You got to do it, you know, and because you'll forget if you're not careful.
So you got Franklin County and Lawrence County playing tonight, and you know the real hard hitting question is, who do you want to play?
Whoever shows up, I don't. Hey, all we want to do is play.
Don't put them in that position.
Yeah.
That's right.
All we want to do is play. You know, either one's good with us. We're not, you know, we just want to play and be ready to play, and you know, we just whoever wins, we'll be ready to go get them.
Right.
You know,
Lawrence County's been struggling a little bit.
They have.
And Franklin County's kind of on the upswing here
they
towards the end of the season.
You know, of course, it's at Lawrence tonight. So
yeah, that's always
tough.
That's always helpful for Lawrence.
Right. Yeah, it is. It is. We went down there. That was an interesting game.
That's right.
We watched. You know, we sat up there in the Franklin County, the Tullahoma Franklin County game, and Coach Mack and I both agreed. We were like, this does not look like a normal Franklin County team that we've seen in the past. They, you know, sometimes they come out, they look the look. You know, they just didn't have it, but they seemed to play well that night.
They played hard,
and it was like they surprised us. They surprised us.
I thought Coach Harmon there did a really good job with that team, working, staying focused, getting better. I think they've won 4 games, but it's like, you know, that's what I tell everybody. The best year I ever had coaching, the best I ever did coaching, was my first year at Macon County. They'd won 1 the year before, and we got to 4. You know, so 400% increase. Oh my gosh, I worked hard to get 4. You know,
that's right.
And but that's what it is. I mean, it's just getting everybody focused and getting better, and they've done a really good job of that. So I commend them for that.
Odds are Lawrence County is probably going to be the team that you face. So I'm sure that's who you're preparing for. What do you have to do, you know, on Friday to get past them?
Well, we lost here to them in a game where they just, you know, we're up 4 going to the 4th, and they just dominated the glass on us, and we missed some shots that, you know, most nights we make. But in turn, we just, you know, we end up losing late by, I think it was 4. But, you know, and had a 3 with 5 seconds to go or something. It would have cut it to 1 and got us a chance to under out of bounds, and then maybe we could have made a miracle happen like we did at Lawrence, you know, last week. But you know, it's just they're really good. Alex Bedford's their guy, number 11 for them. He's a UT baseball signee who's a really good athlete. And we these two guys guarded him the last time we played him and did a really good job, you know, taking away his strengths, and the team rotated really well. So it's defense and rebounding against them. If they don't get second shots, and we'll have a chance. You know, and I feel good about that. And it's going to be interesting at Central Magnet. You better get there early.
Oh, you got to reserve your seats.
Not a whole lot of seats, and just the crowd. It was at Lawrenceburg the Friday ago.
That was a good crowd.
That was a great crowd.
Had a lot going on. Beach night.
Yeah.
Get your snow cone.
If half that crowd shows up, Central Magnet's packed, and those gyms it's like West Loud.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is, and it's like, you just got to – I'd probably need to practice screaming all week or my voice will be gone in the first quarter.
It's definitely a tough place to play.
Yes, sir.
And,
Different environment.
It's a tough place to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're sitting in the crowd, it's a tough place because it's so loud.
Yeah.
And it's so compact and enclosed that, you can't even hardly breathe in there. I don't know how you can do it as a player.
Well, I mean,
and a
you've
coach.
done a good job by having Coach Alsop crank the heat up in here to 90 degrees.
Exactly. Well,
Get it ready.
Yeah.
take the air out of this place.
Yeah,
So
exactly. He's my guy. He's getting us ready. The director of basketball operations does that.
So what do you think overall went well this season?
Well, I mean, I thought every day there was, our three things are, be coachable, be positive, and I went blank on the third one already, fellas.
Don't get hurt.
Don't get
hurt. That one
But main thing, is just be positive with all your actions and everything you do, and then be coachable and help others.
Right.
And so it's one of those where I think these guys are great. They have a real sense of trying to help each other, and they're so helpful to me, because I had my ordeal in September, and they've just, these guys are always like, Coach Welch, you got to sit down.
They're worried about you.
Yeah, they're worried about me. And I knew we were going to be okay this year. When I came back and I was on the side doing something, and I told him, I said, my posture's terrible. I was just like, I'd hunch over, and so I'm sitting there, and Kenai came over, and he actually touched my chin. He said, "You got to sit up, Coach Welch." And I was like, dude, thanks, Kenai. And I was like, hey, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy actually took a moment and made sure that I wasn't going to be hunchback later on. And I appreciate that. But it was, I think there's true love for each other, and we play hard. And this has been a blessing of a season for me.
You can see that, and you can see the camaraderie on the floor. You can see the players are working for each other, not themselves. And it's been fun to watch. And I'm excited to see then continue on Friday night and on. So I think that you're going to see more of that, and that's what's going to help y'all win. I mean, just that family type atmosphere. I think that is.
Yeah.
We got to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk to the players and continue talking with Coach Welch. And so we'll be right back.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Philip Hill, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, we're back with the Mick and Mac Show, and we have Coach Welch, and we have Xavier Farrell and Kenai Johnson with us today. Welcome, guys. Glad you could be on the show with us. Tell us about, use the microphone and tell us about your excitement coming up for this district tournament. I mean, what are you feeling right now?
Maybe you don't need the microphone to tell us about it.
No, I can't wait. I'm super excited, especially after the last 2 years that we've had, like, getting to the tournament and stuff like that, especially struggling sophomore year, getting there junior year, and just not getting it far enough. But I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, Kenai?
I feel like we have came a long way from sophomore year, freshman year actually, to now. Like, we grew up so much. Like, mistakes back then, we would have never made that. Looking back on it, we would have never made that again.
Well, I can remember thinking back a couple years watching you guys when y'all were first starting freshman, sophomore year, and I remember thinking, they're going to be good. You know, I remember just thinking that, you know, that I hope that they're strong enough mentally to realize that they're going to be good.
Yes.
They just have to ride this out and play hard and continue to gel as a team.
And get some coaching.
And get some coaching. Get some coaching. Maybe get some coaching.
Yep.
And then
I got Coach Alsop to come in. I got
maybe
AJ Johnson to come in. I got
maybe
Cameron
get less
Welch
coaching.
Yeah. And look what they've done.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right.
So Kanai, I don't know if you know this, but Coach Mack said that you go by Connie on football team. I don't know. So we've been calling you Connie on the TV. But I don't know if you know this, but we've been counting your dunks towards snow days.
That's right.
So right now, Tullahoma's got 2 snow days left banked. So we're hoping that maybe, you know, Dr. Stevens might use one. I don't know. We've tried to talk
use
to
one tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe
you know?
we've got one. We've got 2 more to go. So
It'll be extra
he got a good one
time.
in practice today.
Oh,
got a good one in practice.
We'll count that half a day.
School's out. School's out. We're done.
Are we counting that?
No,
Did he count that?
he didn't say that.
I heard it.
Oh no.
So Kanai, you know, both of you, and by the way, Xavier, we call you Professor X. I don't know if you've heard that too, but you're Professor X. So we enjoy.
We have nicknames for all of
we
you.
We do, and it's fun. It's fun, and I hope we don't offend you, but it's all in fun, and we love it. But you guys both have a different intensity about you than other players that I've seen in this district and across the state. When you want to turn it on, you turn it on. So what goes through your mind, Kanai, when you're out there playing? I know it ain't smiling because we don't see that often.
I would never show emotions.
No, you don't.
If somebody says something to me, I might just look at them, and then after that,
That's
it's
good.
on from there.
So what are you thinking, you know, when you throw that one down? There was one that you just rattled it. What came to mind? Did you even think about it, or just?
I don't even think about dunking.
You don't even think about it. It just happens.
Be jumping.
You could see the thought process going when someone gets the ball and you're about to block it or trying to block it. You could see it from half court. You're like, because you slow everything down to try to time it.
A lot of that comes from guarding him in practice. He like to do up and under.
Oh yeah. You think?
Like if I don't time it, then I'm not.
And when we talked after practice, you said that's the easiest guard that you have in practice is usually Zay. You said that's probably the easiest. So you usually have to find someone easier, you know, or harder to guard because to make you better. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Coach Mack was blocking shots like that back in the '90s, so it looks very similar to me when I see that.
Yeah.
But one thing we've noticed with y'all too is that, and both of us have said this, and we don't know your future plans. You know, if you're going to play after this high school period or not. But we both have said that we would, if we were coaches, if we were college coaches, we would have you on our teams. There's no doubt in mind, whatever level it is, that you two are the type of players that need to be on a team. Because of your attitude, because of how you go after it, you don't stop. If you're down, you still fight. And I think that, I mean, you know, would you agree with that?
You're winners.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You're winners. And we have the unique advantage of knowing you personally too. So that also helps. But and that's all it takes is just time. You can spend 5 minutes with you, each of you, and know, all right, this is who I want. This is a culture kid that I need on my team. May not have the size, may not have some of these attributes, but you have a couple of the things that you can't teach kids, and that's what we always talk about. You have the want to, the will to, and you win.
And that's going to
matter where you go, you win.
And that's going to count. That's going to carry over into non-basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's going to carry over into life.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And you know, people have asked us. We've been sitting in the stands. People said, "What do you think about, Kanai and Xavier? Are they, what about college and stuff like that? What do you think?" And we'll be like, "I'd sign them."
Right.
You know, I mean, of course we can't sign you, but we could. Mick and Mac Show.
Exclusive deals.
Exclusive deals.
NILs.
Pretty low paying, but but that is something that you all should be proud of, and I know Coach Welch is proud of too. I mean, it's something definitely to carry on with you in college and life and whatever you choose to do in the future. So let's think a little bit about the game coming up. What's going to happen? What do you got to do, Xavier?
Yeah, Zay. Come on, Zay.
Yeah.
Professor.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we didn't give them our best the first time, and even the second time playing shorthanded, obviously, like without Austin, it was just different. but knowing that we can beat them that way, and then having our full team coming back, plus knowing what happened last year and stuff like that, like it's gonna be a good game because we got built up animosity. We've been waiting for it, so it's like I feel like it was lined up perfect. Like,
yeah,
well, good.
I agree. I honestly haven't been this excited about a boys team since 1994. What would you say? About right?
Yeah.
1994. That's been a while back, you know. But you know, it is. I mean,
I remember that Tullahoma team.
It was a while back.
So what do you think you guys have to do in the postseason? You know, we're not thinking next game. We're thinking to be successful going forward. You already know you're going to the region. To have success just going forward, what do you think you gotta do to keep it rolling?
I think we keep our heads together and just keep doing what we've been doing offensively. I feel like we never struggle offensively. We know what to do. We rely on each other. We play good together, and then just staying together defensively. I mean, rebounding is one of our biggest things. We stay on the boards. We win games like that.
And keep Puff Daddy healthy.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. What about you, Kanai?
Going off what Zay said, I mean, we have been working on defense, so defense carries.
Yes.
A lot of our games. If without us playing defense, we'd be getting blown out.
I agree. Because you don't know what gyms you're gonna be playing in.
That's true.
You have no idea. And you know you can win.
Yeah.
With different lineups, because
we've
seen different lineups
we've seen the whole year. The whole year.
All year long. There's been different people coming and going, so you know. You can do that, and so there's been a lot of trust there with everyone, and so we heard it, and like what you said, practices are tough. So I would imagine here lately some of these practices have been tougher than some of these games.
Yeah.
What do you think needs to carry over with that going forward?
Energy. We bring way more energy in practice than we do in the game sometimes. Like we wait to bring the energy out.
We've talked about that, like the first quarters being those quick
like,
times.
Yeah. Coach Welch is like,
you know, 2 minutes in.
We'll slow sometimes.
Right.
Get going,
you guys like to get punched in the mouth and then wake up.
Zay, when you see some guy out there that's 6'6", 6'7", whatever, and you're going up against him, is there a mentality that says you don't care that he's 6'6", 6'7", or is there how do you look at it?
I don't feel like it's ever bothered me. Especially, I think middle school playing in the post, like getting my footwork together first, and then being a guard when I got up here with Coach Welch has helped me like so much because it's not even a thing. And I feel like a lot of kids are scared to like get blocked and stuff. It's not like it's never going through my head. I don't care. But I feel like just knowing that I can rely on my footwork, like it's never.
You know, the best post feeders are post players, right? Yeah. Right. Have you ever heard that, Kanai?
Yeah. Probably from Coach AJ.
Yeah, probably from Coach AJ. Yeah.
But you guys feed Austin and Big Smooth. You know, we usually talk about that you usually feed them right where they want it, because that's where you would want it down there.
Both of you, though, we've seen that there's not a like any type of selfishness at all. You're gonna look for that open man before you take that shot. Now, Coach Wells wants you to take that shot, but we've seen so many times where you get that, both of you get a fake in there and you dish it off to one of the younger guys, and you have confidence in them making those shots. You have confidence in make those plays, and I think that goes back to what Coach West was saying, that y'all have built that family, you built that community, and you know that you trust that they're going to make that move. They're going to make the shot, and if they don't, you pick them up. You know, and that's been a positive thing for me to watch this year, and so you know.
What are your thoughts on playing at Central? How do y'all feel about that, Jim?
It's definitely not the best to play at. I feel like we struggled a little bit this year. Not just like it wasn't anything in particular, but like I don't know, it's just small.
Right.
So, like,
well, you should be. You played 3 years at West.
Yeah, only one side of bleachers.
Yeah. Shouldn't be two, and you played at East, so even smaller, not as loud though. Tell me how you really feel.
I dislike it. I don't know. It's just like when I get in there, I just feel like I can't breathe.
Kind of like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hot.
It's hot in there. It's a lot, but I don't let it get to me. I just keep hooping. So.
Yeah.
Well, good. What about you, Coach?
If it's hot for us, it's really hot for everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's like it's all relative. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those where if those guys, if we're having a little issue, I know these two guys are tougher than everybody else's guys.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's on a toughest meter, we're winning.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Absolutely.
No
That's
doubt.
what I know. I've had these guys for too long. We've, you know, as freshmen, you know, we played 5 games against varsity guys. We went to Mount Juliet, played at Franklin County, and we've seen everybody.
Yeah.
And they've battled through it, never backed up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not backing up.
So what are you telling Xavier and Kenai, you know, Friday at 3:45? What they play at 5:30. So Friday at 5:15. What are you telling these guys before they get on the court?
Hey, play basketball. Go do what you do, you know, and we're not changing anything.
Right.
The recipe's still the same. Give great effort, play together, and know that we all depend on you, and do, you know, one more effort, and they know that I'll try as hard as I can, do the best I can, and they'll do the same, and one way or the other, we'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about what's next. I mean, after basketball, what do we see in the future here?
Keep playing basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you keep playing. Do we have any ideas where, or?
Nah, not yet. I haven't made my mind up. But
Zay, you have any?
I'm sure someone has made their mind up about you guys.
I get to talk to a lot of guys that call about them, and I'm just like, hey, if you want to have guys that are going to work hard and do what you ask and play it hard, you're going to pick these guys,
right?
And because they're ready to go, and they could, you know, if it's junior college. And right now, junior college doesn't count against your eligibility.
No, that's the way to go now. That's the way.
Yeah, 6 years.
I mean, you got 6 years to get through college. I'm like, you know, and you know,
and some of us it takes that long.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was on that 5-year plan myself.
Me too.
You know,
Me too.
But it's one of those deals where it's like, you know, go play junior college. I mean,
right.
I was, you know, my son played at Motlow. I went to Motlow. Didn't play at Motlow, but I went to Motlow. We're both Bucks, and so I mean, I can appreciate the junior college setting, and I mean, I hope they stay close somewhere I can go watch them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nothing like having something to do on Wednesday night and Saturday. You know, go watch them.
I think that is. I mean, I think that people ask me if I'm giving advice to young people. I'm telling them the JUCO route, just because of that. You know, you get 2 years to prepare yourself for the next step. And you know, back in our day, you know, you had five years to play 4 seasons, and that was it. You didn't get any COVID years. You didn't get anything like that. And it was you know, it ended fast, and so that gives you an opportunity to extend your time. And I think it's definitely something to think about. When people talk to me about that when I was your age, I didn't listen to them. I was like, But you know, you know, you got to listen to those old folks sometimes. Maybe say something.
But we want to, like we did with the girls, congratulate you guys on
absolutely
all district MVP. You know, well deserved.
Well deserved.
For you two. I mean that's big time, and I fully agree with that. I felt like I felt like you had a team full of all district players.
Yes.
And then I also felt like that you had a team full of really just players that, you know, filled in a lot of areas for you, and maybe we're right there on the brink of being all district, and and I feel like you had a team as a coach, and knowing how that works would be hard to put kids, because they all filled in areas that you needed.
Right. Well, it's one of those where, you know, some years you're like, you got to get the recipe right, or it doesn't work. This one, it's just one of those. It's that good goulash that Mom used to make, you know, where you can just keep adding. Oh, we ain't got that. Let's try this. You know?
Right.
And it works good. And but again, it's like your main ingredients are really good. You're really focused, and you know, if anybody gets out of line, these two guys are usually like, "Hey, you're okay. Calm down. Come here. Get back." It's a simple thing. And next play.
Yep.
And you can't, if you're worrying about what happened down there, you can't see what happens down here. And they've done a really good job on that. And they echo what we've said. And you know, we have an excellent group.
Yep.
Well,
I agree.
we appreciate you, Coach, and Kanai and Xavier. We appreciate you as former Wildcats ourselves. It's like a fraternity, and so we're proud of you, and we look forward to seeing you go far, not only in basketball but in life. So we're keeping track of you. We're keeping up on what you're going to do. And so good luck, have at it, get after them, and let's go to Murphy Center.
Yep.
About that. So I think that's wrapping up our conversation with the coaches, with the Tullahoma Lady Cats, Wildcats. What do you got to say, Coach Mac?
Hey, good luck, and I'm hoping to spend my break in Murfreesboro
and
with you guys.
Me too. We hope this isn't the end of Mick and Mac for the season. Maybe something else will come up. You never know, so pay attention.
Right.
There'll be something else going on. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Y'all, good luck and have a great time.
Thank you.